Welcome back to the Testing the Internet series. You're watching Part 5, Drag and Drop. In the last video, you learned how to automate checkbox interactions on a web page using Leapwork's Set Web Checkbox block, toggling checkbox states with ease. In this video, you're going to learn how to automate drag and drop actions in web automation, one of the more challenging parts of web testing, because drag and drop can act differently depending on how the website is built. Have you ever struggled with automating drag and drop on web pages? Maybe you've tested sortable lists, moved cards around in a Kanban board, or rearranged items in a grid, and noticed the automation either fails silently, drops in the wrong spot, or doesn't trigger the expected event. Drag and drop is one of the most common points of failure in web automation, caused by dynamic DOM updates, front-end frameworks, or inconsistent drag behaviors across browsers. What if automating drag and drop took no code and no stress? Watch how Leapwork makes it effortless. The scenario is simple. We'll create an automation flow that drags the first web element and drops it onto the position of the second element using the drag web element block in Leapwork. Let's get started and build a drag and drop automation flow. Let's begin by starting the recorder and launching the drag and drop test case page. Once it's open, great, that's all we need. So we'll save and close the recorder. Next, we'll add a wait block, just to give us a quick pause before the drag action happens so we can see it clearly. Then, we'll add the drag web element block. This works by selecting one element to drag from and another to drag to. So we'll capture the first box, element A, then capture the second box, element B, as the drop target. To finish, we'll add a pass block, and now we're ready to run the test. The browser launches, opens the test case, waits for a second, performs the drag and drop, and just like that, the test passes. And that's how, with the help of the drag web element block, you can make drag and drop automation simple, smooth, and done in just a few quick steps. Now, let's quickly recap the flow we followed to build the drag and drop automation scenario. We started by launching the recorder and opening the drag and drop test case page. Then we saved and closed the recorder after capturing the page. Next, we added a wait block to pause briefly before the action. We used the drag web element block, where we captured the first element, box A, to drag from, and the second element, box B, to drag to. We added a pass block to end the flow successfully. Finally, we ran the test. Leapwork launched the browser, performed the drag and drop, and passed the test. What you learned? You learned how to automate drag and drop actions on a web page using Leapwork in just a few simple steps. From moving cards on a Kanban board to reordering lists, it's all possible and super easy for you now. If you can drag it, you can automate it. Give this exercise a try yourself and see how much faster your automation can be. Moreover, to keep learning or if you ever feel stuck, explore our documentation, knowledge base, and reach out to support if needed. The answers are just a click away. Thank you for staying with us and see you in the next automation journey.